Hey guys, so today I'm going to be making a tutorial for Earthbound Letters or Rachel. She wanted to know how to make those, it's like a multi-pocket folder thing. I sent her the giveaway because she was my giveaway winner. But so she asked me how I made it, and so here it is, a tutorial for you, Rachel. All right, so the first thing you do is take anything that's hard, like cardstock, and you're gonna cut two pieces out of it. I'm going to be using this card. I got a ton of them and I don't really use them, so I'm gonna use this as my template. So I'm just gonna cut, that's so hard. I'm gonna cut the sides of it off like this. Okay. Whoop. Okay. So I'm gonna cut it, throw my scraps in my scrap box. That's also a scrap. So now you're gonna have two pieces, and just choose one, set one to the side. You're gonna need 3 sheets of paper or more. It depends on how many layers you want. I only want 1, 2, 3. 3 is good for me. It usually is enough to keep all the goodies in. So you're gonna choose 3 sheets of paper, and I already chose mine. I want these 3 things. And what you're gonna do is kind of layer it on top of each other and see what looks best. There are different ways of doing it. You see which way you like the most. And for me, I think I liked it like this. The dark brown on top, then the music sheet, and then this tracing paper. So the first one will be the base. This is gonna be your most bottom layer. What you're gonna do now is you're gonna position it a little bit further out than your bottom piece of paper. I hope I'm making sense. Well, I guess you could just watch and it'd still make sense. And then you're gonna cut off or mark. I'm gonna mark if I had, where's my pen? Oh, there it is. You're gonna mark where you're gonna cut. And you want a border, pretty much a thick enough border around this whole sheet so that later we can glue it down. So I'm gonna cut that out now. And then cut this side. There we go. Alrighty. So now that I have that done, I'm now going to tear the top of this because I like the tearing effect. You don't have to tear it. You can just glue it on like this and it'll just be straight pockets, but I don't like that. I think it's prettier when you tear. So I'm gonna tear this sheet of paper. There we go. There, see? I don't know. I just feel like this looks nicer. All right. You're gonna turn it around, make sure it's straight on here, and then you're going to fold. You're gonna fold this side, then open it back up, turn it, fold it this on this side, on all sides. You're gonna fold it on all sides. Here we go. And then what you're gonna do, once you fold all sides like this, you're gonna see little squares on the corners. You're gonna want to cut those squares off. I don't know why I sounded off. Cut those squares off. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. There we are. And cut this square out, like so. Then you're going to position it back, and now you can close all 3 with no trouble by cutting that square. you won't have overlapping pieces in the back that makes it harder to push down. All right, so you have your first layer, okay? I'm satisfied with it. I like how it looks, so I'm gonna glue it down now. And I know I said this before in the last video, but if you don't have it yet, I'm telling you, you need this tape. This tape is so good. It's so good. I love this tape. Okay. This side. I hope you guys can see. I feel like it's kind of dark in here. Should I turn on the light? I don't know. I'm looking at the camera now. I think it looks fine for you guys, so I'm gonna just leave the lights off. What little sunlight I have left, or daylight, I guess. All right, beautiful. So the next thing you do is take the second layer that you want on here. Truly do not want, yeah, let's do this. So I want this layer. And then you're just gonna kind of do the same thing. Make sure there is a border around the entire thing. Mark it out. Mark right there and mark right here. No, I want a bigger board than that in case I mess up. Okay. And then you're gonna cut that out. Oh, did I mention this little cutty thingy is very handy too? I used to cut with scissors, and next thing I know, I don't have a full sheet of paper anymore because I keep cutting and it's not straight, and I keep cutting and cutting, and then I just don't have a sheet of paper anymore. It's just like a small little scrap. Okay, so I really don't like that this is creased, but I don't want to use a new sheet either because this is from my scraps pile. And I'd like to use all my scraps before I use new sheets of paper. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna tear it again. Obviously, I'm a tearing fanatic. I tell. Okay, do I want it? I'm not sure if I want it to go the same way or if I want it to go the opposite way, you know, like a zigzag. They're both aesthetically pleasing, so I think I'm just gonna do it the same way though. So, same thing. Just fold. Whee! And fold. Whee! Huh, you thought I was gonna do it that time, didn't you? Well, guess what? I didn't. Expect the unexpected. Okay, cut your squares out from the corners, just like previous. Right, then you put it back on. Fold. Oh wait. Okay, there we go. Whew. Yeah. Okay. All right. If you like how it looks, glue her down. Gluing her down. You know, I say gluing, but this is kind of more like, oops, I went way too far. Oh well, that's okay. Fear not. We're gonna cover this whole thing later. It's fine. But this feels more like taping than gluing, but it's like technically gluing. I don't know. Actually, that's a really good question. So what's the difference between taping things down and gluing things down? Because this feels like a mix of both. I am tape, glue. I'm gaping. That, no, gaping's an actual word. Okay. Tooing it down. Tooing it down. That is the new word I'm going to use. I am tooing it down. All right. Last but not least, your last layer that you want on there, same thing. Because this is such a small sheet of paper, I feel confident enough to kind of just go ahead and rip it. I'm not scared. What? There we go. And I want this fairly small so that I could stick small things in it. So I'm gonna leave it about right here. I don't even need to, I can kind of gauge where I need to cut, so I'm not even gonna mark it. But you should mark it because that doesn't always work out well. I've totally like gauged it and cut way too much. It was a useless piece of paper then. Very, very sad. Okay. Same thing. Fold all your sides. Honestly, with this paper, I feel like it's so thin, I might not even need to cut the corners. But I probably should still do it because, you know, I just, yeah. Cut your corners. Cut. And cut. Cut. I really hope I'm not holding this too close to my face. I don't know about you guys, but when I craft, I have the worst habit of working really, really close to my face. So like, the more I do, I'm just like getting closer to the paper, but I feel like I'm moving it out of the camera zone. I guess I'll find out later when I'm editing my videos. Okay. Press it down, turn it around. If you like how it looks, glue it down, which I do like how it looks. Glue this side down. Glue this side down. And finally, this side. Yay! So there it is. I have my 3 layers. And now why I told you guys to cut 2 pages is because you're gonna take the other one you have and just tape the whole thing down like that so it's not, ugly like that. But I just realized I done goofed. Why do I say that? I purposely wanted this one to be the one with the stuff on it so I could hide this. I mean, I could use it, but I don't really like it. Oops. Oh well, it's fine. I guess it's still pretty. So I'm gonna glue all the corners. You really want to make sure you get the edge of the corners for this, because if not, it shall rip apart. Oh no, I think I'm out of tape. Okay, no, okay. So, also be careful with this part, especially with this tape. Once you put it down, you really can't take it back up. Learned that the hard way. So yes, be careful. Be very, very careful with gluing this down. Yeah. Push it down. Yeah. So that it stays. Okay. Well, that's about it. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. I usually, and you don't have to do this, but sometimes if my top layer is like a solid color like this brown, I use my cutter and I cut a square in it and put tracing paper or vellum paper underneath. So when I put stuff in, you could see it in a little tiny window. I think that's kind of cute. But basically, this is it. And if you want to, you can put stamps and decor on it. But you got to keep in mind that you're going to be stuffing this with goodies. So the decor that you do put on might not be seen until they take it all out. So for me, I just use the goodies as decor, and this is pretty much what I'm going to use to stuff stuff in. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I hope you guys liked the tutorial. I hope I wasn't too confusing. And please let me see what you make. Dancing fingers. Yeah.